G'day guys, this is your lovely host H2 Oakreen. I hope my Dream Stream family and viewers are well. So I'm going to be streaming on Twitch tonight. I really am apologetic to my Twitch community. I'm sorry I'm going to be starting late today. However, doing this Pokemon Duel recording is really important to me. Some of you may or may not know, but I had stuff happen back in 2016. Pokemon Duel literally fell into my lap at the most perfect timing. So Pokemon Duel as a game is something that I'm really invested into, and for me it becomes more than something than just a game. It really has been there for me when I didn't really have any friends back in the day, when I was going through my own personal struggles, and I'm doing fine now. But yeah, I know I should get my priorities in order. People say, oh, you should be streaming now. But yeah, I do apologize, and I will be streaming, but it'll just be a couple of hours late today. And yeah, just being able to be there and do this is really important. And I've been in Kyrie's Discord server with Shutterbug since 11 AM Australian Eastern Standard Time or thereabouts. And we just wrapped up probably about 20 minutes ago. So we've been in there for in excess of 7 hours. I took a 15-minute break during that time. But yeah, so I've pretty much just been in there watching Shutterbug do all of the coding and stuff. Yeah, anyways, I won't keep talking. I've got timestamps of when significant events occurred. So do apologize if the video is a little bit choppy as I go between scenes. I'll try and cut as much of it out as possible. But yeah, if I'm in different directions when I record this, that's probably that's probably why. But anyways, I'm going to get straight into it, and I'll give you the progressive steps, the significant things that happened in the last 6 to 7 hours, guys. Alright, let's switch over screens and let's get into it. Okay, so currently Shutterbug has found a dual opponent. So it was a big step, because Shutterbug was able to actually find an opponent, which was a major step, because that was a real big struggle during the time when Shutterbug was trying to connect. It has, for me at least on my screen, it did freeze with the 3 progress dots, but that's fine. Okay, so as we can see here, Duel ended due to lost connection. Playing someone with a strong signal is recommended. And so what was happening is that Shutterbug was trying to implement backend to make the multiplayer work. So that was like a major thing. So it's like going to the hood of a car and trying to discern all of it. It's just trial and error. Trying to get it work. So I think you call it like multiplayer protocol, or TCP, I think was another word for it. So that was happening. Now if we continue along again. So we got access to the loading screen. And then what I thought was significant is that we got a little pop-up box that said loading screen for beginners. So that should come up in a second once this is loaded. See, there it is. And that's what we got. And that was quite significant because that was not showing earlier. So that was really nice to be able to see that happening for Shutterbug. And then as we continue along, this is probably another about an hour along into the feedback. So we were going throughout the video just lots of issues and stuff. So at around about this spot, okay, so this should be about the spot. And I noticed that Shutterbug2000, their screen was stable. So the stability, I think, from what I remember, was coming through because he didn't interact with other tasks or prompt commands. And I think, again, Shutterbug at this point in time was implementing further code into the game. So I don't really understand what that code is or what type of program or software that Shutterbug was using. However, there was that happening. This is the reason why that the screens was paused, and it tends to flicker a lot because Shutterbug's going between different background tasks. So that's the reason why sometimes you can see little flickers are ending up black. But yeah, so that was pretty much the whole progress. And then at this point, I pretty much ended up taking a break. So I'll show you the next video that I ended up recording. Okay, so what was really awesome here is that, again, we've got more of a stable loading screen. We tend to get a few errors that it was saying, unexpected error with the title screen. But at some point, as the hours went by, the loading screen got more stable and we weren't getting those errors like we were experiencing yesterday. So that was really good for Shutter, that at least we had something down pat and that was working fine. And it was really nice to see the login bonus was coming through, and again we got the beginner screen to work, and as you can see that Shutter was nicely accumulating their gems and had up to 565. So this was pretty amazing. I myself had missed out on little bits of this. So initially when Shutter got to the screen, he managed to make one move. By the time I started re-recording this, Shutter was able to successfully make up to 2 moves. So Shutter had a secondary account. So his main account is the one he's working on, which is Shutter. FLMIT was his secondary account that he was working with in order to combat against himself. And if you guys actually take the time to notice, on either side of the turn counter you have the clock. It's really nice to see that the actual clock was stable. This is something we never or very rarely ever saw on server side with Horoz. And it's really good being able to see the clock being somewhat fair, because often or not you would get the 3 dots saying that, like, you know, it's connecting to the server or something like that. So I'll let you guys just watch it and see what happens. There were some errors, but it's big steps in comparison to what Shutter was doing. And yeah, I'm very, very impressed with the capacity that Shutter is working at. And yeah, see, we do get the connecting to network, but my golly, that has just gone up, that has progressed so much, Shutter, and you must be immensely proud, and your community is for you, that's for sure. So I will continue on again. So roughly a little bit more further on. I'm having a bit of a hard time seeing my clock down here, guys. So I do beg my pardon if I'm looking away. So this is roughly the spot. Something, I can't remember what it was now, but we did have something happen at around about this time. I'm not too sure if it was the fact being that that Shutter was actually doing some coding, or if it was the stability of the game. I'll let it play out because I can't really remember too much. But I do know that Shutter did continue to again work on the multiplayer protocol. So that's something really big, and that just allows the interactivity between the 2 players. And all of this coding was happening whilst Shutter was in League. Now, in earnest, I thought that was something that was going to be an impossible feat, but the simplest things are actually the most difficult. And it seems like as if room matches have got a lot more to it than League, which is quite surprising in itself. So roughly about 2 more hours into the stream. Keep going forward, guys. So this is about it here. So as Shutter was connecting with the server, there was actual progress that was more than just 2 turns, which is absolutely phenomenal in comparison to where it was. A lot of the stream was Shutter mostly trying to do multiplayer protocols and was trying to just discern and figure out what was causing the issues. A lot of it was just trial and error. And yeah, this was a really significant part of this when Shutter was able to make it past more than just 2 steps. So this was like a really big hooray moment between myself and the rest of everyone else that was actually there. And what I get really excited for is the music that, you know, the music that picks up once you get towards the goal or threatening goal. You can mildly hear it. I haven't got it up too loud so you guys can't out hear my voice, but I might crank it up a little bit. But yeah, so Shutter successfully made 4 steps without there being an error, which was amazing. I do apologize. I think I have irritated my nose today because it has been very itchy, so I do apologize. But yeah, so that was pretty impressive, and it was really ironic as we got towards the end of the stream, when Shutter was doing some more coding, is that it was so cruel. As you can see, and this is the part that I felt like getting out, the sad music was that Shutter did successfully complete the game, but the game refused to give Shutter the win animation. So that was such a shame, but it was just major steps all in all, and Shutter, I'm just so extremely impressed for all that is and for what you've done for our community. So big shout out to you, Shutter, and again, I will give the information to Cairo's Discord server if you guys are genuinely interested in being able to see Shutterbug developing the game and trying to give public access to this. Please make sure that you go into my description below and click on the link. There are a few there is one trick question, so just be aware of that. If they've got to do that to bypass bots and any other scammers or something like that. But yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy the video I have made. I have tried to compress it down in the shortest amount of time possible. There's still quite, I missed a couple of things in this video, but I don't want to make it too long because I know most of you guys are going to be a bit fidgety after 20 minutes. And I think I'm going to be about 15 minutes by the time I record this. So I think I've just nailed it. But hopefully that's enough just to whet your appetite, because yeah, I'm just so thrilled with all that has been made. I in earnest did not think that this game would not be developed until 2021, but we might be getting it before then. However, I don't know how difficult and how complex this game is, because I think from when I was interacting with Shutterbug today, other than the onslaught of dad jokes I was putting in the chat, there is a lot of degree of difficulties, and I don't know how many of the bugs will actually get squashed, because we had quite a few, and one of them that we earnestly, any of us got annoyed was the countdown clock and the amount of times it tried to connect to server, and most of us knew we had a stable internet connection and we knew it came from server side being on Haroz's. So hopefully we'll get that fixed. Yeah, so if you guys did enjoy this content, I would really appreciate the support if you could give this video a big thumbs up if you did enjoy the video, and also subscribe if you wish to receive further notifications from myself. I really am passionate about Pokemon Duel. It has been something really important to me throughout my life, and if you guys do share any interest at all in Pokemon or do have a love for Pokemon, and you might enjoy some auto chess games, and Pokemon Duel might be just for you. So come along and hang out with the streams. I don't know when Shutter's going to be going live next, so make sure that you leave your notifications on for Discord, particularly for Karu's Discord server, so you can get a little bit of a pin sound when Karu's Discord server does go live and the stream happens. But yeah, I'm going to go live as soon as I have rendered and uploaded my video. So I don't think I'll be ready till about 8:30, but we'll see how we go. Usually I render out my other video beforehand, so sorry it was all over the place, but I don't think you guys particularly care. I'm just happy and I'm very, very excited to get this out to you guys. This is your bubbly host, H2O Queen, over and out. Peace, love, light and joy. Enjoy the rest of the day, and I will see you guys on Twitch ASAP, hopefully around about 8:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. See you then, guys.